We'll call the public hearing to order on this day, Tuesday, August the 21st, 2012, at 6:01 p.m. There's one item on our public hearing agenda, and first of all, we'll ask our city clerk to call the roll. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Striplin. Here. Councilor Wood. Here. Councilor Brown. Councilor Miller. Councilor Reniger.
Here.
Councilor Bowles. Here. Councilor Fank. Here.
All are present. The one item that we have on the public hearing agenda is an appeal by Mr. Neil Jackson regarding dilapidated structure at 135 Pierce Lane. Is Mr. Jackson here tonight? Here. Would you like to address the council, sir? Yes. Please come forward. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I received a letter from, let me think of his name. Carl Wilson. Concerning my home at 135 Pierce Lane. I had a house fire in 2010, and I talked to Mayor Jim Breyer before, and he told me I wouldn't be hearing from Mr. Carl Wilson anymore. And then I got this letter stating that he had already inspected my house and that it would be condemned, and if I didn't tear it down within 30 days, the city would tear it down and sell the salvage and sell the land for taxes. And the house is sound. It's not near as bad as some of the houses that are in town. There's a house right over here that's burned up about the same time they got boarded up. It's in a lot worse condition and it looks a lot worse than mine does. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I keep hearing out of this Carl Wilson.
Okay. So
I got another letter that says that the city council will make a determination whether it's a nuisance to the city of Prattville. But his letters contradict each other.
Okay, well, it's not on our regular agenda to be acted on tonight. We're just having a public hearing. We want to hear your side of it, and then, of course, we'll hear from the planning department. So, okay. Do I understand you correctly? You don't feel like that the structure is in bad enough shape to require an order to take it down?
No, sir. Dude, I want to rebuild the house. I've always had flood insurance on it. It's in a flood area. I had flood insurance on it when it happened. And Carl Wilson, after I had the fire, he came down and said that it had to meet the current flood standards. And they went to a digital flood map. I lived in it in 90 when it flooded, and I raised my house up after that. So yeah. I know, but you can read everything on the internet. The digital flood maps are wrong. You know, the government even admits it and going to redo them. But he wanted me to raise the house up 5 feet before I done any kind of repairs to it. I hadn't been able to do all that, you know. But the house is structurally sound. It needs repairs.
Is anyone living there now?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add to, you know?
Not right now, I don't guess.
Okay. I mean, we're not going to take any action tonight, I guess. Yeah. But we want to hear anything you have to offer to us.
I talked to the mayor, and he said that they had calls from somebody, and he didn't say who, you know, and they had been and inspected the house. But if any time he wants to go inspect the house, he needs to notify me, you know.
Okay.
And I don't think it's right to be sending letters to people that you're going to tear the house down and sell it for taxes. Mm-hmm. I pay my taxes, you know. We got annexed into the city of Prattville a few years ago, and it doesn't go 50 foot past my house. As far as I'm concerned, they can annex me back out.
Well, let me ask if any of my fellow councilors has any questions that they'd like to ask you, if you don't mind. Councilor Brown?
Do you have a schedule of when you plan to start repairing it, or any plans?
Due to financial situation, I can't do it right now, but I mean, it doesn't leak water. It's, it's not I don't see where it's hurting anything for it to be sitting there. I had a man cutting the grass, and his lawnmower got stolen. The grass got high, and I think that's somebody called about it, but since then he's got him a lawnmower, and the grass has kept cut. And Bill asked me, there's a travel trailer there that I use. I got a big shop there. I use it like, to use the bathroom and all, and I moved it since he asked me to and all that. So I think I've done what I was asked to do.
Any other councilors like to ask Mr. Jackson any questions? Or thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You've presented your case quite well, and we'll take that into consideration. Thank you very much. Let's see, is Joel here? Joel, would you like to come forward, please, and address the legalities of this particular action? Explain it to us.
Yes, sir. I'd be glad to. This, as you've seen many times before, this is a dilapidated structure, or a structure that is damaged beyond 50%. It was more than 50% of the structure as it was prior to the fire. Mr. Jackson did mention that it is in a floodplain and will require, under current regulation, that any rebuild meet the current regulations, and those regulations are handed down to the city by the federal government. They are part of our participation in the National Flood Insurance Program that allows folks to buy flood insurance. So we do have to comply with that guideline. Mr. Jackson is correct. We did work with him, or attempt to provide information to him after the fire in 2010. We have allowed him a good bit of time, in my opinion, to try to resolve this issue, and we have now brought it before you for resolution. He was given notice, as he stated, on July the 17th of this year, that he had 45 days to remove or repair the structure, and he had 30 days in which to ask for a hearing before this body, and he has obviously asked for the hearing. So we will certainly await the council's wishes and ask for some action to be taken at the next council meeting. Thank you.